Hello and welcome to the United Stand Matchday Live. Hopefully everything is set up and we are live. How this is going to work then, essentially it's the United Stand, it's me, Mark, and Joey. Joey, hopefully you can hear me loud and clear, can you, lad?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we've got Joey, we've got Mark Goldbridge, that's me, and we are live for the Manchester Derby. Obviously, we won't be showing live coverage of the game, but we will be watching it, talking it through with you. We can do little things like this if it works, flick over to Joey if I need a little toilet break like that, and we can come back to me like that. As you can see, you've got the league table there, but we're going to go through the team first of all, Joey. I don't know, I presume you've seen the team. Anthony Martial,
Looking at that front four, not really happy Mata's out wide. I didn't think it worked in the last game. But, he'll proceed and keep going with that. We didn't even create a lot of chances the last game. We were gung-ho, but how many clear-cut chances were created? Not too many. So to see that same lineup, in a game that's massive, you can close the gap today, and it's crazy. But, that's Van Gaal. Not particularly happy back line, but it's probably the best back line he can pick right now. So we'll see. I think everybody's just happy that Schneiderlin's starting. I bought the shirt and LVG's treating him like shit. But at the same time, he hasn't probably lived up to the expectations that we have for him. But I guess, overall, I'm all right with the starting lineup. I'm not thrilled. I would have rather seen Schweinsteiger in there. I would have rather seen Mata as a 10. And maybe Martial up front, but who knows, we'll see come game time. But I will say this, if you can't score against that back line, there's some serious issues. Let's talk about City's back line.
Yeah. I know we've had a little bit of a problem there. Audio is a bit bad for Joey. We're going to get this. This is the first one we've ever done at the end of the day, and I know it takes up quite a lot of broadband energy, and I'm not in the best place to do this. But we'll give it a go. We'll see how. Yeah, happy with that. Carrick, I'm happy with that, and I'm hoping during this game I'll be able to give you a bit of live insight as to why Michael Carrick is such an important player for United. Schneiderlin, definitely player of the season at Southampton for 2 seasons, gets the chance to start today, and he should be starting definitely. Mata at number 10, hopefully he could still put him on the right midfielder and put Lingard at number 10. Really hope he doesn't do that. Martial on the wing, I think he's most effective there. Interesting about Rashford though, Joey. I'm going to go to some live comments there. A couple of City fans falling in there with a bit of abuse, but Rashford, I think, probably shouldn't be playing every week. Only from a selfish personal view about Marcus Rashford, I think playing him every week as a young player, it's a while since he scored now, confidence, everything like that. But are we in that? I don't think we are in that situation where he needs to be playing every 3 days at his age. I think Memphis could play today.
I think he took the words right out of my mouth. I think he's got no goals in 5 games, they were saying. And he's a young kid, and this is a massive, massive game. I'm not saying Memphis isn't young, but Memphis was coming into, a bit of form. He was, taking players on, head, shoulders were up, confidence seemed to be up. And then he gets benched. I think it was against West Brom, and we lose that game. So, but again, this all goes back to the summer, and I keep saying it, and I sound like a broken record. The failed transfer plans, not bringing in a truly world-class striker, or, the depth across the team that we needed. So, yeah, I don't think you should start every week, but it's almost like, we're not really spoiled for choice here.
No. Well, I'm confident about the lineup. I really am. I'm going to take some of the comments from the live comment box today. Carl, Memphis should be in the team, I think. Memphis over Lingard, says Callum. PL nickname, Rashford first and foremost has passion and desire. He does have that. And Graham Glass sort of alluding to what I'd said there. They'll wreck Rashford as well. That's what Liverpool used to do, play young players. Lou Van Gaal is a selfish man. We'll get to the point, Mark. He is a selfish man. If you do well, it's down to him. If you do badly, it's your own fault. Look at Varela, not involved today. But Varela should not have played the other day. It should have been Darmian as far as I was concerned. He's good defensively. Varela isn't good defensively. And I think while we've got a couple of minutes and Joey's dog's just interrupting there, I think it's quite interesting about the youth players, Joey, and I do want to touch upon a few things probably due to the youth. Well, if you look at the youth over the last 10 to 15 years, you can name on one hand players that have actually come through. And I know you mentioned this on the Sunday show last week, and I think hopefully tonight at 9 o'clock we can develop it a bit further as we go into the international break. But specifically Varela, I think the channel you were on at the time when we all started, there was a big fallout, and that was about Fellaini. Let's be honest, it was. And I said he was crap, and a lot of people wanted to defend him admirably because you should defend your own. But I've always said Fellaini was crap, and I'm going to say it about Varela. He's not going to be a Manchester United player. He's 23 this week. He's defensively very, very poor, and I know it will upset Alex, who's on the show tonight as well. But he's not going to. For me, he's not going to do it. If he proves me wrong, fine, but he won't do. And I suppose I throw that question to you when you look at the youth
quality. He could start for a mid-table team like Liverpool. A Southampton. But I think at the level that we want to be at, constantly challenging for the title, challenging for Europe, all he is a squad player. He is good going forward, and I see why he did play him against Liverpool when we needed goals. But at the same time, we didn't need to leak that goal. And let's be real, he was, mostly at fault for Coutinho skinning him up that side. But, I'm a big fan of Darmian, so I'm always going to want Darmian to play. And I know he's talented. He's a good defender. He can learn how to go forward. He possesses that in his locker, and he's Italian, so, can't go wrong there. But I agree. I think people overrate the youth a lot. And I think when you look at it, you have the class of 92, you have Pogba. I forget his name now. I'm drawing a blank. Kid, he went to West Ham. Now he plays for Lazio.
Oh, Randall Morrison. Yeah,
he had the talent to be world class, but he didn't have the attitude. And you look at it, and I think sometimes people want like 7 or 8 players in the starting 11. That would be excellent if you could do that and win the league, but you can't. It's impossible. You used to be able to do that, but now it's a different story. So now the way I look at it is if you're able to buy some of your team and you're able to use some of your youth academy to fill in the holes, and you don't have to go out and spend on certain players, like, to me that's good enough. To have Rashford in the squad, and if he develops into something great, and Fosu Mensah, he looks nailed on to be a stud. But people just they fall in love with this idea that you can have 8, 9, 10 players in the starting 11 and win games because we went on a little bit of a run. I'm not saying I don't want to see youth in there. I always see youth. I think that's a myth. I've seen a lot of people talking about, he'll leave in a few years and he'll leave us off worse than we are. If he comes in and wins a trophy, that's already, leaving us better off than we are now, which I can't understand how people can say that. United can't miss the next manager. You can't. You can't hire Giggs and take a risk because then you get set further back if he fails. If he succeeds, excellent, but I don't, the odds of that happening are crazy. You don't even know because he's never managed anywhere else. So
I'm just going to cut in, Joey, because the team's lineup is out there, and I haven't
They're
seen
on the field.
City, Navas, Sterling, Silva behind Fernandinho.
Rojo, I believe it'll be.
Yeah, Rojo does tend to do well against pace. There's a few people on the comments bot there saying what's going to happen. Are you going to stay live? We are staying live during the game. Simply, you've got an option really. You can listen to Sky Sports or wherever you're watching, or you can mute it and you can listen to us as we're going live. I don't know what sort of delay there is at the moment. We've got the subs up on the actual screen of the match I'm watching. I will say kick off when it kicks off, and if you want to pause your coverage and be absolutely lined up with us, then that's absolutely fine. If you don't, you don't. But we're only a couple of minutes off from kick-off now. But Aguero is my captain in fantasy football. I don't wish him a hat-trick at all. I did say that we will be going to... I would be hoping that we would win, but I would suspect City will have too much for us.
They're doing a countdown to kickoff. I got like 42 seconds now.
Okay. Anyone? 1 minute to go. I don't know how much the delay is there, because obviously my stream is paused. But Marcus Rashford's on the pitch at the moment. That's a good thing. Wayne Rooney there, and he's just about to shake hands with Sir Alex Ferguson, and they both smiled. Interesting things. I was hoping they were going to show Noel Gallagher so I could say, don't look back in anger, Noel. But no, we won't do any of that. See what's going on Twitter. Right, we are just about to kick off now. So you can either pause, and when I say kick off, have it alongside. Right, they've kicked off. Toure with the ball. Man City just moving forward there a bit. But, Navas against Rojo was the call, Joey, because he's just megged him straight away. He's on the attack. Cross comes in, and Darmian's put that out for a corner. Probably needed a bit of a shout from De Gea there. But interesting straight away. He's mugged your man Rojo. Corner coming in. Joey, can you still hear me, or have you? Yeah.
Yeah, I had it muted. You're ahead of me.
Okay.
You're about 10 seconds ahead of me. Let me see.
Okay, that might be a bit problematic then, but we can work through it.
Let me see if I have, because sometimes when I watch it in this channel, it's ahead. Let me see if I can find it.
Please say it's just done a back pass. I'll bear that in mind then as we move through it. But I've got some comment. I've got things to talk through during the game anyway, because as all good commentators will tell you, you cannot just say a player is passing it to another player and all that lot. That's a decent ball forward by Darmian to find Lingard, and a typical Lingard cross, just not really looking, but it's cleared by Man City. But I think this game is going to be quite interesting, because for us, Joey, we just don't, we hear. I don't watch Man City every week, but we hear that they're not actually. Well, the results suggest they're not doing that well. I think Manchester United could have been fighting for the title this year, but I certainly think Man City should have done as well.
I think if they would have known how bad the league was, and if somebody would have told them Leicester was in first place right now, they would have spent another 100 million quid.
Yeah. Well, we're 19 points behind Leicester at the moment, which is farcical. Cygnus
and even so, it was still like, go out and get that world-class center back to partner Smalling. Make a great partnership. And go out and buy the world-class goal scorer, or right winger. If you could have found a right winger that can score goals like that, and they would be up there.
Talking about goals, Harry Kane scored in the first minute for Manchester United. We wish for Spurs. Lingard is playing in that number 10 position again, which I'm not overjoyed about. I will come back to that in a minute. But Rashford's just been tackled out on the left wing. I thought we were on the break there, but we have got the league title to next to me, and as you can see, Leicester are a massive 19 points ahead of us, which is ridiculous. But Man City, they're 15 points off Leicester as well. Very weird season, and I think both Manchester clubs, although I've got no love for the club in blue, massively underachieved. And I do think Van Gaal's probably stayed in the job longer than he should have done, because of the likes of Man City and Chelsea and Liverpool and Arsenal really underachieving again. I don't know what your thoughts about that are, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, in any other season, even last season, they qualified for the top four with a lower number of points than they probably should have, more lower than in recent times. So I think the competitiveness of the league and the quality of certain teams have kept him in a job, because they've made that league place, that table not look so bad. Because even now we're only 4 points behind fourth place today. It's madness. We should be you look at the games we lost against the bottom teams, we should be in 8th, 9th, 10th. But nobody can seem to go on that run of games to, establish himself in the table. We're seeing Leicester do it at the top, squeaking out 1-0, victories here and there. But nobody's going on that run of games. Tottenham, they look like they're going to go on it. They don't do it. Same thing with City. And we were talking about City and how poor they've been. And it's a shame, because it's a lack of effort thing. You look at that team and they should be miles ahead. Miles.
City there with a free kick. I think it was Schneiderlin just going in hard. There's a few people on the live comment box saying, are you going to show us the match? We're not going to show us the match. We don't want to be shut down as a channel. We don't have the rights to do that. This is a watch along. By all means, watch the game however you like. And we're sort of like giving an alternative commentary, because a few of you say you'd be quite interested to see how we watch a game and the sort of things we pick out. And at the moment, I've just tweeted it out there as well. Manchester United have started off quite well. Aguero on the ball here, though, just moving away from Blind into Raheem Sterling. I mean, you talk about flops. I hope he's not going to do something good there. But you talk about flops. And, he hasn't had a great season as as well for £50 million. I thought he was overpriced anyway. But Silva on the ball, I mean, with the likes
I love how the media never talks about them, though.
I only just thought about it then. Raheem Sterling has had an absolutely abysmal season.
What about De Bruyne? De Bruyne is he hurt again?
No, he's been injured. He to be fair, he has done.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's top quality.
A good ball into Silva here.
They spent £100 million almost on 2 players, and they're in fourth place. Like you said, 15 points off the top.
Decent ball tackle there from Darmian, which
I thought Silva could have done better there.
Yeah.
Knowing his quality.
But Darmian should be playing every week as far as I'm concerned. He's a worry. Michael Oliver, the referee, we know he's got...
At least it's not Mike Dean.
Yeah, he's in love with Joe Hart, though, isn't he, if we remember last year. I mean, I can't believe they've given him the game again, to be honest, but there's a bit of something going on here which I haven't seen.
But he has to understand it's a derby. There's going to be talking. There's going to be tackles coming in. He's got to manage this well. Don't make it about you.
Carrick just having a word with Lingard there. I mean, this is the thing about Michael Carrick. Louis van Gaal having a drink of water, but he's got his colouring book out as well. Hopefully he won't spill it on himself.
Drawing a kitty.
Yeah. But Michael Carrick, I hope we will see in this game the sort of decent
you will.
He's got.
I think once the game settles down, you'll see him try and dictate the tempo, look for those passing lanes, keep the ball moving. Like I said, he doesn't have the beard of me or Xabi Alonso. He doesn't, score 30-yard screamers. He's just...
I'm looking forward to watching Schneiderlin though. It's a decent ball into Carrick. And what Michael Carrick always does, if you just want to watch him for a few minutes, if you're actually watching the game, Rashford was nearly away then. Nearly got it through the legs of Otamendi and he would have been one-on-one. But Carrick always looks to play a forward pass. And I think you just saw what I saw, Jack.
Behind. Yeah, 5 seconds behind you.
But here's Sterling on the break, blinds across, and it's a decent cross. But Darmian again, and Navas shoots wide, but I'm sure Jay will see that a few seconds after me, so I'll just discuss it and then throw it to him. But it is Darmian again. He's already made about 3 interceptions, and I know he's not very popular, Darmian, with a lot of people. But again, in that Michael Carrick guise, I really value him. Italian defender. He's strong there. It's Darmian's header, and it's Navas, and it's Rojo who's actually not quick enough to get to him. But Darmian just gives us that defensive quality.
Ask Leighton Baines about him. Him and I think it was Candreva to the World Cup just terrorized that wing. I think both goals came. Well, one goal came. The second goal, the Balotelli goal, came from that side. He was amazing. He was up and down all game, and that's what he does. He's got tons of stamina. He's a strong guy. He's big. He's good on set pieces. And again, it's his first year in the league. People just, there's no timing, no patience. Imagine Ronaldo trying to get the time to develop and nowadays. You saw the talent was there, but some people are just too impatient. But we were talking about Schneiderlin and Carrick. Schneiderlin provides those legs and the extra energy for Carrick to do what he does. Schneiderlin will go in, he'll make the tackle, he'll clean up, the midfield. So it's not a bad pairing.
Have a look at some of the live comments there. Van Halen is an idiot for not buying a centre-back in January, says GTF. Washington Chimbandu. Darmian is shite. Well, I disagree with you, but...
you can have your opinions.
Everyone's got their opinion, haven't they?
Yeah.
Joey don't know anything about football, says Ali Jurek. He's an idiot.
Whatever.
Anthony Morgan says, Darmian after 5 games for his look class. LVG destroyed his confidence. He makes one mistake against Wolfsburg and never seems to be a starter again. It's a very good point, Anthony, and I alluded to this. I think it was in our last game when you looked at the substitutes bench. 5 of Louis van Gaal's summer signings from last year were on the bench. Ridiculous. The only one who started was Martial, and he had Schweinsteiger obviously for injury reasons. But he's an odd man, Louis van Gaal, as we know. There's many oddities about him, but one of the best ones is the fact that, and he did it last year with Herrera and Rojo a lot, he signs players and then treats them like crap. It's almost like it's a year of initiation with him. But Darmian is far better than Valencia as a right back, and he's better than Varela, but he's taken a mistake.
I do like Valencia in certain games at right back, and going forward, he's got a little bit more pace and he's a little stronger, and he knows the league. But there's no reason that Darmian shouldn't be starting every game. I agree with you. But I don't mind Valencia.
He did start off the season really well, and he's a very, very good defender. And
he must have learned English.
he obviously should have started against Liverpool. In relation to the game at the moment, we are watching the game, but there's a few people in the live comment box saying City look dangerous on the break. They do look dangerous on the break. We do seem to be playing quite a high line. I mean, Chris Smalling's in the centre circle at the moment, following Aguero, and Aguero's just turned him on a sixpence. And a free kick. I hope he's booked him. I mean, this is the problem with Michael Oliver to a T. Aguero turns him, and it's a Manchester derby. It's a Manchester derby, and he's booked him for nothing. Absolutely disgraceful, that is. Absolutely disgraceful that he's booked him for that. And this was my concern about Michael Oliver, is that he's just clueless. And this is a Manchester derby, 10 minutes in, like I said, and he's booked Chris Smalling. And I'm fed up. I don't know about you, Joe, but I'm fed up of these referees who just make it all about themselves.
It's not even, and I want to say something too. It's not just English football. It's across the globe in every sport. These referees, they're just, I don't know if nobody's, people aren't becoming referees and they're stuck with what they have, because the level of refereeing has been poor in the Premier League. It's been poor in basketball. It's been poor in a lot of other sports, and they seem to get away with it. You have to take the situation at hand right now. Like you said, Manchester derby, emotions are running high. There's going to be tackles like that. Now you're going to book him here. It's just, he's just got to understand the situation. And it is stupid by Smalling to pull him back, but it's never a yellow for me.
It's not even a shock. I said that this game would be very, very difficult for us, even if we were playing well, because Michael Oliver is a terrible, terrible referee, and he's just confirmed that there.
It's already more exciting than the previous game, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it's the fact that Manchester City are poor, but Demakelly is not a great defender, but it's a Manchester derby. But I actually just think it comes down to a very simple thing. We lose 70% of our games when Fellaini starts. When he doesn't start, there's a better feel around the support.
Do they take into account last year's games too? That run that we went on, or is that just this year?
I think that's this year. It's probably slightly better, isn't it? But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is when he plays them further forward in certain games, it's not a bit. It's all right. It's not what we want to see, but it's effective. But why, when you play him in central midfield role, you look at it, you lose 70% of the games. Why, when you persist on doing that? I just don't understand. Is it because he doesn't lose the ball? Does he perform your philosophy to a T? I don't know.
It's Rashford who's out on the right wing here. He's just gone past his man and he's earned a corner. I mean, there's the side of Rashford that you say.
That's another thing I wanted to bring up and ask you. When's the last time we scored from a corner?
I don't know. I think the last somebody was saying the other day that in our last 3 goals we haven't scored from open play in 5 games or something ridiculous like that. But
and you look at it, he has all these corner routines. I don't know if he'll do it here, but Blin has to pass it to Mata. Mata has to swing it around to the top of the box. Then sometimes it doesn't even work and the cross doesn't even come in.
Well, you never know, Joe. We've got a corner now, so we might well score from one.
Well, but I'm trying to jinx myself.
I've seen the decline in corners since the likes of Vidic, and I mean that's the worst corner I've ever seen from Daley Blind. Absolutely skims it across the ground, awful. But it's, I don't know whether he's Michael Oliver. It seems to be the Michael Oliver show to me at the moment. But But Vidic was fantastic at corners, and Evra. I remember Evra had that run.
Evra still. I don't know if you watched the Bayern Munich Juventus game. Still, they on certain set pieces they aim for Evra.
He got to take it again there.
He's got a great vertical on him.
He took the corner again, and Joe Hart punched it out. But Aguero, I mean, I wanted to bring this up as well. Is that I don't know where many Manchester United fans feel at the moment, and do tell us in the live comment box, because I want to bring you into this a little bit more if you're watching us live. I've been looking forward to this game, not because I'm excited that we're going to win it, but just because we're in such a mess as a club. I'd rather. I mean, that's a terrible, terrible ball by Rojo. Torre's in, Schneiderlin's missed it, and Silva, I think we got away with it there, because I think Carrick might have fouled Torre. But Silva again, cross comes in onto the back. Navas should have hit it first time, hits it second time. David De Gea with a great save again, as per usual, with the feet. Wayward pass by Rojo. Don't know whether Schneiderlin should have done better, but a bit slow. I think City should have done better with that.
Are you able to pause your stream?
I could, yeah, I will do. What, so I'm get behind you so I can level up with you?
Yeah, I think if you just pause it and then start it back again, it should be perfect.
So what have you got happening at the moment?
He just headed over. Fernandinho just headed over. They're showing Fernandinho, now it's De Gea. I'm at 14, 26, 27. Yeah, Carrick, Torre. It's a nice little interplay by City there. Nice back heel. I'm just watching the replay.
I think I'm about level with you because I'm on 14:43.
Yeah, we're perfect now.
Okay, that makes it a lot better for people watching.
Right through Rojo's legs on that too.
Yeah, but as you were saying, I mean, corners are a bit of a waste of time. I think as an attacking sense, we're a bit of a waste of time anyway. Mata here. Rashford's through. 1-on-1. Yes! Get in! What a goal. That was Thierry on a Ries.
Unbelievable.
Brilliant.
Yo, it's crazy because you were just talking at the beginning about him not scoring. You knew that had to happen, right? That had to happen. That's crazy. And as ever, Carrick with the words of advice and encouragement.
So,
lovely ball by Mata.
Well, it's Mata in the number 10 position, isn't it? This is the madness. Yeah. Why is Mata being put out on the right wing? He absolutely skins him, and it just.
I think Joe Hart should have done better there.
Well, you talk about Martial being Thierry Henry. I mean, this is a young English lad, 18 years of age, pops it through the leg.
Absolutely shambolic defending too. That's just poor from City. Nice touch, turns it right by him. Yeah, Hart and Di Michaelis got to do better. Now you can see why they're in fourth place.
You can't. Well, it is terrible defending, and the keeper should do better as well. But don't take anything away from Rashford. Look, and Van Gaal's up there like it's him. It's like it's him, isn't it? I'm the man. You're not. So it's a very good goal. It's a very good goal. And
Rashford only going to score against the top teams in the Premier League now?
Well, I think Rashford really needed that because he's been playing too many games and he needs to score. I'm very selfish in the fact that I want to look after a young player because Van Gaal hopefully won't be here for a long time. Hopefully Rashford will be. We've been crying out for a sort of an Andy Cole sort of striker, and I was trying to say that. Very, very Andy Cole-esque that goal was. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, don't be horrible to him, comparing him to Andy Cole. I think he has got Andy Cole sort of attributes, and fantastic that he's a British young lad coming through the team. I'd rather he was scoring goals for us than the likes of Memphis and Martial. It's nothing against them. And I think he has got a lot of talent. I don't want him to be burnt out, though. But as you said...
you have to bring these kids along. I know they're full of energy, and, it's another thing, too. You don't want his head to get too big. Fortunately... Oh, Lingard touches it by. Oh, Martial's in.
Have a shot.
Great shot.
Oh, good save by Joe Hart. It was Martial from distance that time.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's working at the moment. It's working. The three young lads up front are actually causing City's backline, which we expected, a bit of problems. I think the key is getting Mata off that right wing and bringing him into number 10 because we do that. There he goes.
He was on the right now. He's looking in the middle he's looking for the ball.
Spurs 2-0 up, another goal for Harry Kane. Git. I didn't have him as my captain in fantasy football. I went for Aguero, but I will take if he doesn't score.
A shame that we have no chance of signing him this summer. Zero.
Not if they're going to be champions.
Or we're not even, we probably won't be in the Champions League, and Spurs will with a good manager.
To be honest with you, I would say from the first 20 minutes.
What's he doing there? That was stupid.
He's going to get a booking there.
Yeah, he's got. I think Navas bailed him out there.
Yeah, he did get up for it quick. I mean, he's stupid there, Navas, because he probably should have got him a yellow card.
He should have rolled around a lot.
Win that. It was a bit late by Rojo on Navas, but as I was saying, I think it's been a positive start, and you would not get this sort of start with Fellaini. That's what it comes back. It's not a witch hunt against Fellaini.
No, you wouldn't.
There's some good interchange, and that's just behind Lingard there. But Lingard, Martial, and
I think
Rashford,
that pace. I think the pace of those three, with Mata pulling the strings and Carrick even behind him is really, causing City all types of problems. We're also winning the ball back in midfield. Part of Schneiderlin and Carrick playing together. With the pressing, you see the pressing game now. And you got to go on and you got to get number 2, though. Can't sit around and wait. Just keep attacking. You got nothing to lose. Just keep attacking.
Yeah, City will win this. City won't win this. I mean, City, I would expect City will score. We just need to keep at it. And this is always the problem with
There you go.
Louis van Gaal.
Mata tracking back defending.
In the
Little
number
Meg
10,
there.
in the number 10, and Lingard's got away down the right here, and if he can put it into the corner, Rashford should have the legs. It's just overhit, and Joe Hart's picked it up. But it's not rocket science, and it really frustrates me.
No, it's not.
Because we should be in a far better position we are, especially in the state of this league. I mean, we went to Leicester, played badly, and got a draw. We should be doing a lot better than we are. I think we've undermined our season because we have played Fellaini so much. And this team today, whether it's Schweinsteiger and Herrera, or it's Schneiderlin and Carrick as it is today, with Mata ahead of them, or Rooney in that number 10 position, and then pace up front, which we haven't played for a long time. It was just Martial. We start to cause teams problems because we have got a decent back four, but his negative tactics have caused us so many problems, and it's going to be interesting now. We're 1-0 up away from home.
Just that too, Rooney's poor play through September, October, November. I think when did he get started going? January it was. Yeah, December he was poor. So I think, the over-reliance on Rooney was, very stupid by Van Gaal. But yeah, you're right. The teams that he's been picking, and even last year, we always struggle to wonder how it also of a sudden clicked. He just happened to have stumbled onto the right formation, not by, his doing. I think there was injuries and things like that, and it worked for him. He caught lightning in a bottle. So people, but other than that period, the football has been dreadful for 2 years. And a lot of that is him. He's almost a hindrance on the team.
We need to
not almost. He is.
Yeah, definitely. For a long time, I've been at that point where Fellaini starts and it just makes me feel sick an hour before the game. But free kick here, Silva's behind it. It's just to the edge of the box, slightly out. He'll cross it. He won't be shooting.
Rojo's on. Rojo's on Di Michelis. Interesting to see how they line up, who's marking who.
So Silva crosses it in. And he's headed just wide. I think it was Di Michelis. Could have made up for his header with Rashford there. Error with the Rashford goal there. He gets up quite well. Who's marking him?
That's terrible by Rojo to get. I don't know if he loses his. No, he's on the ground. What's he doing?
Well, Rojo was at fault for a goal recently, wasn't he? I can't remember who it was, but and it was another cross. He is a bit suspect, but. Just looking at through the comments, Lynn Hall, great stream on. She's talking about streams. She also was saying about Ali Riaz, Mark, you're about 30 seconds behind to Sky Sports. Yeah, well, we did say that. So what you can do is you can just pause Sky Sports and wait 30 seconds and have proper commentary, or you can listen to that old City fan, Martin Tyler. But we are.
Is he a City fan? I thought he was a Chelsea fan.
Look, he loves that Aguero goal, so I'll call him a City fan. But. City haven't equalised. There's people in the comments section there. City don't look like equalising at the moment. Raheem Sterling's running around with a bit of a knock. He'll probably come off. In fact, I'm sure he will come off. He's not.
It looks like a groin. But that's the thing with City is they look like they might not score, but we know players of Silva, Touré, Aguero's quality any moment can pull out a piece of brilliance. That's why getting the second goal and keep going forward with it. Don't sit back. Don't giving the ball away. And gets it back. But that's what I'm saying. You can't just sit on this 1-0 lead. It's not the United way, and two, more times than not, we will concede. And I think there was some crazy stat about how many goals we had given up in the last 10 minutes of the games, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. Carrick gives away a corner. But I'd rather him give away a corner than Aguero running away with the ball there.
Yeah, I'm just sort of reading some of the stuff on Twitter as well as the live comments box. Some of you just saying that are you planning on doing this every week? We'll see how it goes. It's just a bit of an experiment, really. Do drop the video a like if you like it. Just thought it'd be a nice, interesting experiment just to show you how we sort of watch a game and the thoughts we have during a game. I will be doing my live match reaction straight after the game as well, so do stay tuned for that, and we will be live Sunday Night Live as per usual as well. But it's John Taylor saying, who's your favourite so far? I'm not going to shock anybody, and I'll ask that question to Joey as well, as Sterling is going to come off. But
bring Fernando on.
Carrick is my player. Carrick's my favourite player so far because he's running the midfield. He is running the midfield. He's just rotating the ball, taking the ball off the back four, which is a massive thing as a footballer to be able to do. He's got a lot of youth in the attacking lineup. That's a decent ball, but Smalling should eat that up, no worries.
I'm gonna go with I think just because of that pass and tracking back and tackling, I think Juan Mata's been pretty well today when he's played in the center. You see him now; he's on the right.
This
don't
is my
like
problem,
him on the right.
Mata has had a good game, but he's clearly being played on the right midfielder, and I can't stand it. I really don't like it at all. Having said that, there is a lot of interchange with Lingard, but Lingard is primarily playing as the number 10. Offside there, Darmian, a little bit lax getting.
That's what I'm saying. You got to take advantage of I think it's Clichy today at left back. Let Lingard run at him. Lingard's got pace. He's got energy. Let him, wear out the fullback. While Mata's, not going to do that.
And it's Mata who's done Sterling, so he probably gets man of the match for that anyway. But
yeah,
I don't know how he's done his groin.
Mata with those, I think he's got those laceless Adidas boots. If anybody in the live comments have had them, let me know how they are.
So Sterling's going off. The tackle from Mata probably was a foul, but it was on his shin, so he's obviously jolted his.
You know what? This is a LVG-esque substitution here.
It's a defensive
Why not why not throw Boney on there? Why not? You can play 4-4-2, throw Boney up there, let him head the ball down for Aguero, but Rojo gives the ball and then gets it back.
Dean Cook is just asking if we'll be posting the video live. It will be live up on the channel after we finish. It'll be about 2 hours long. If anybody wants to watch it back, I suppose some people might do. It might be quite interesting to them.
They'll go back and hit us for every mistake we've made, every wrong thing we've said.
You leave yourself wide open to it. But City, I'm not impressed with City. It's interesting. I don't watch City, so I'm not going to pretend to watch City and know loads about City. Their defence is quite poor, but we look. This could easily be a top of the table, as it should be, really, clash, because it's quite equal, and we're the better side.
I want to get a bit of your opinion here, a little off topic. How do you think they're going to do against PSG?
I think PSG,
assuming both teams are fit.
Yeah, I think PSG will beat them because Man City are a team of mercenaries. Oh, Van Gaal's playing with his boobs there. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just an embarrassment, isn't he? I know some people, if we win this, they'll be Louis Van Gaal back in again.
No, they won't.
All I would say is look at players shouldn't need to raise themselves for a derby, and they're doing really well at the moment. But that's an interesting point there, Joey. The game is sort of fizzling a bit at the moment. Man United.
You brought up a good point there too, and you look against Arsenal. They really wanted to win that game, and it seems like the big games where you don't need motivation, they seem to do well.
His record's fantastic against the bigger teams.
Yeah, but the games against the smaller teams, when maybe you need a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of inspiration from your manager, they're not getting. So that's a very good point. I would like to hear other people's opinions on that. Is he just not, well, we know this. He's not able to motivate them for the not as important game. Every game is important, but against the lesser teams. But against the big teams, when you don't need that motivation, when you're already fired up because you want to play against the best and you want to show how you can perform against the best, they do well. That's a decent ball in there. Should never have gotten in there.
Rojo is losing the battle against Navas.
I don't want to keep picking on Rojo, but he's not having,
I know. I sort of was defending Rojo a bit a couple of games ago, saying he's not fit, but he's had a few games now, and
that'd be a great one for the comments. Is Rojo, going forward? Is he a Manchester United player?
Yeah, well, we'll throw it over to the live comments because there is still a few people watching. Give us your thoughts on Rojo. But we're half an hour in at the moment, and United are not having any problems, and we are sort of hitting them on the break. It's a long ball there by De Gea trying to get Rashford in. But we're 1-0 up in this game, and we shouldn't have anything to fear at the moment. We're doing quite well. Man City really do look very disjointed. And as I say, I think the big difference for United is no Fellaini. But having said that, as Joey said, we do...
Nice tackle.
Carrick again, but we do, and Smalling in with the header. We're strong. We've got the thing today is we've got people on the pitch who are leading. Carrick is leading, Smalling is leading, and they're not taking any prisoners.
Even Juan Mata to a certain extent. He's been captain lately.
This is where City will always come undone because we're not saying this to wind up City fans. they are mercenaries, and if you fight them, it's the same as Arsenal. If you fight them, you can start coming out on top, and that's why we, over the years under Sir Alex Ferguson, we did do. But going back to what Joey said there is about why we struggle against the lesser sides. It's quite simple, really. The lesser sides have more passion because we're Manchester United, as they do against other big sides, and they press us high up the pitch. When you play the likes of Arsenal, Man City, they won't really press us high up the pitch because they'll have confidence in their own ability when they get the ball. The lesser sides, they press us, and we struggle. But free kick for United there. And
that was like yesterday. I don't know if anyone was watching. Willian had the ball, and the ref was going to call advantage, and he didn't, and he brought it back. And William was like, he was just about to have a shot. Don't know if that was a good advantage play there or not. Or it wasn't played, but yeah, that 2 banks of 4 that we struggle to break down, where you need that bit of quality, it sucks. What do you think about Ibrahimovic? Is he a Cantona-esque signing?
I do like Ibrahimovic, but I just think he's 34. It would only be. Yeah,
we're only talking a year or two.
I'd take him, yeah.
Absolutely, he scores goals. You need a bit of that cockiness, a bit of that swagger. Like Cantona had. And that quality.
The problem, well, having said that, if we somehow manage to win today, then we'll all be talking about top 4 again, which I still think...
I got to see the remaining games. You have the remaining games?
I know that we've got Aston Villa at home, so we should win that.
We have Spurs away.
Spurs away, difficult.
Everton at home.
West Ham away. Everton at home. I can't remember.
If they go on a run... I mean, that'd be incredible if they could just go on one of those spring runs like they did last year. I mean, can you imagine Pep Guardiola coming to City and not being in the Champions League?
Yeah, well,
I'd rather see West Ham get it. I just want to see Pep Guardiola go there and not be in the Champions League. Here comes one of the corner routines they were trying.
Yeah, Daily Blind with a corner here for United. Cross comes in.
Oh,
Schneiderlin just missing out there. But
yeah,
if he picks this sort of lineup week in, week out, like he should have been for the whole of the season, I mean, I'd love to know the percentage of games that Fellaini's actually started this season, because that's just a massive amount of points we've thrown away. But if he picks this team every week, then there's no reason we can't beat anybody. But Aguero's offside there. He should never have been offside, but it's probably good that he was, because he would have been away on the left-hand side. But we're capable of going and beating anybody. There's no doubt about that.
And I think that's another part of the frustration is we know, we beat Arsenal, and we beat these top teams.
I mean, Fellaini might not be playing today because he's carrying a knock. That wouldn't surprise me.
He's onside.
That would not surprise me if he's playing because he's injured. Because why would he drop Fellaini when he's played him in the last 3 games and it's cost us so bad?
Maybe he saw the elbow, because one of the elbows, I think it was the last game, was deliberate. Yeah. It was definitely deliberate. So maybe he saw that and punished him in house, or maybe Rojo getting beat again, or maybe that's the only thing I can think of. Never really threatening De Gea there. Where do you see Yaya Toure landing?
Probably go to China, won't he? He's a mercenary, so.
PSG.
Yeah, maybe.
They do have a nice little midfield, though, PSG. They might not need him.
It's a fantastic club to play for, because you only get about 10 decent games a season, don't you? And the rest of it...
Not even. It's only Champions League.
Yeah.
You play, maybe, depends on how Lyon, Marseille, but...
Well, just on that alone, they will cause... I mean, I hope they do beat City, obviously, but they will cause City problems, because they'll be far, far fresher than the likes of Man City, because the English league is a great league. It's funny when
he's in again. Oh,
United are doing well. They are doing well. That was a decent.
Where was this against Liverpool though? Where was that? Because you see the goal, you see that chance. I'm not going to call that a chance, but it's an opportunity. The ball's at your feet. We didn't do any of that against Liverpool, and Liverpool's defense is as bad, if not maybe a little bit worse than this team. Obviously Nathaniel Klein trumps all the City defenders right now, but we didn't create opportunities for our forward players against them. You watch that game and it was just back and forth, lose the ball. It was gun-ho, but it wasn't. We didn't create a lot of opportunities, and like you said, we didn't even score from open play, and the goal came from Martial being doing what he does. again, Rojo's got to not let that cross come in.
Rob says, what's the Spurs scores? They're 2-0 up. Harry Kane's got both. Get commented and we'll shout out some of your comments.
The Tottenham Harry Kanes are winning 2-0.
And somebody actually called him a one-season wonder at the start of the season.
He did. He had
a slow start.
A bit of break because he had he did have a very slow start. But, man, once he got going, he's been great.
I've got to say, though, for a Manchester derby that we've not built up at all as fans, we've been really not looking forward to it. It's been a good game so far. It's been good because Manchester United have actually played well. They've picked the right sort of team. Again, how much is to do with the fact that Manchester City aren't a very good side, it's frustrating. It's frustrating in a way that we are doing this. But why, Sam, you let that bounce there? Mata was nearly in, but I'd certainly fancy United to get the second goal, and I'd be frustrated if we let City back into this because we are actually dominating the midfield. As I said, Carrick and Schneiderlin doing a good job. When Mata comes inside, it makes a big difference. And Aguero's in here, but Blind should have him on the cover.
Nice.
I mean, this is the thing with City as well. I mean, it's like they're down to 10 men in the attack because you've got Aguero up front and he's not getting any support. I think my only fear is the one that Joey sort of talked about before the game is Rojo, but is Silva. Again, not many people in the box for them.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch it from the beginning, I said this was going to be a key battle. It could be, because Navas hasn't played a lot. We know he's got tons of pace. He's got something to prove. And Rojo hasn't, been performing to maybe the level that he should be. And it just sucks because, we have Luke Shaw, who's probably the best left back in England. Well, it's not probably, when he's fit, he is, and we've struggled with injuries this year. It's so unfortunate. You really got to wonder how we would have done. The goals, I can see us still not, scoring many goals. But if we had Luke Shaw and Darmian and Smalling and fully fit, that's got to be a foul. That's got to be a card as well.
I'm just jumping in there, Joey, because someone in the live comments box is saying, it's making the commentary a bit pointless because the people are at different times. My commentary was 10 seconds ahead of Joey's. I just paused it for 10 seconds and we're level now. So if you want to just pause it, you're going to be maximum 10, 15 seconds behind the real action, but you will be then synced in with everybody else on the live comment box and us, and you'll enjoy it better. If you're ahead, it's not going to make any sense. So as I said at the start of the game, just pause yourself, get it to the point now where Chris Smalling is just running up to take the free kick, and he's not taken it yet.
There it is.
He's just smashed it, and we're on 40 seconds. So just do it, and you'll get a far more out of it. And
if you're having trouble doing it, wait till halftime, and then we can definitely get it. You definitely get it sorted out.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand if you're slightly ahead or behind, it does cause trouble. But Rojo's just putting a cross in there. That's something that he's quite decent as. But who's cross?
I really like Borthwick Jackson's cross. He's got a good cross on him, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think he's still injured, isn't he, at the moment? Because
I believe so. But what's worrying is seeing that we're 1-0 up and knowing that Van Gaal has 3 substitutions left to fuck this game up.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. But you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. I'm just. You raised a good point there because I just wanted to have a very quick look at who's on the bench. So you got Fosu Mensah. I think he'd come on and destroy Toure in this game. Valencia, Fellaini, Schweinsteiger, Januzaj, and Memphis. I mean,
you could see him bringing on Valencia for Darmian for some stupid reason. And
he loves fullback substitutions. He's always loved it, and it just makes a bit.
It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Also, who else? He's played Fosu Mensah at left back. He's played him at center back. That's another thing. He'll take off, put Fosu Mensah in there for Schneiderlin for some odd reason. Carrick winning the header over Toure there. That was great.
Just about to put a tweet out that I'm sure is going to please everybody. Carrick absolutely bossing this game. And to be honest, he is. And I know people don't like it because old players who are coming towards the end of their career aren't fashionable and you want to go and sign some £50 million midfielder. But I've always said it, Michael Carrick makes such a difference, and he is bossing this game, and you cannot...
I watch it on NBC because I'm in the States, but they always bring up, there's a stat similar to the Fellaini one, that when Carrick plays, last year it was something like 70 to 80% of the games they win.
Yeah, it's not been as good this year because obviously he's had to play in the same team as Fellaini a lot. But Smalling on the front here into Rashford.
Nobody there, great ball.
He's put his head in his hands there, Rashford, but it's not really his fault. It's a very, very good ball, and we need to gamble a little bit. We need to gamble a bit more, and he's onside there. It's a good header by Blind, powered it all the way up. Martial thought about the shot. Mata is going to get tackled there by Silva, who's better. Mata.
No, we'll take the free kick.
Played that on. Darmian with the cross. Darmian's going to get some stick for that now. But we're all on.
It's all right, though. That's another thing. Michael Oliver there, I think he should have played. I think he should have gave the free kick. It's in a dangerous area. You know.
Lewis says, what the F... WTF was that, Darmian? Darmian can't cross, says Atul. Lewis says Darmian is shit. I disagree. I mean, I'll throw that back to you.
You know, we're talking about it. He does something like that, and people just... They drive that home. They just get themselves wrapped up about... You know, they'll talk about it 3 weeks from now. Well, you remember that one time that we had the advantage and Darmian crossed it and he was poor and you can't get hung up on that. Nobody's perfect, especially the players. Nobody's perfect. It's not going to be, you know, every pass is going to come off, everything, you know.
It's interesting. I'm enjoying doing this because Keelan Johnson, he comments on the videos a lot and he's saying Darmian's having a bad game. And it's really interesting because Are
we watching the same game?
Well, this is one of the reasons to do it. I think it's
I don't think he's having a good game necessarily. I just think he's playing and he's doing his job. You know.
See, I disagree. I think he's having a really good game.
Well, I mean, you could
defensively, which is what we want him to do.
Yeah, of course. No, and I'm saying he's not really. You know, he's not.
I mean, he's just blocked the cross there from Smalling.
That's what I'm saying. He's doing his job and he's doing it well, so that can constitute as a good game. But for me, he's just, you know, he's playing and he's not having a bad game. That's for damn sure. I don't, you know.
Well, I suppose this is where, and this is why everybody's football opinions different, and nobody potentially is right, because it's what you think of a right back, isn't it? A right back for me, especially away from home in the derby, they've got to defend well, and he's defending well. Yes, that cross.
Even at home, your first job as a fullback is to defend.
Varela is an attacking right back who Alex absolutely loves. He's I've said it for weeks.
He loves him so much he's probably got a shirt already with his name on it.
Yeah, he probably bought it on Thursday just before the game. But he can't defend, and that killed the game on Thursday. Decent touch, Martial. Oh.
I got a notification that says De Gea will stay at Man United if Mourinho comes in, according to Bleacher Report sources.
I hope so. But
that'd be great.
Let's have a look at some of the comments. Mark, Joey, what players would you keep if you was Jose taking over Man United? I'll tell you what, that's a fantastic comment, Zane.
You want to save that for later, or do you want to?
I'd like it to be discussed on the show later on tonight. In fact, I'll take a note of that because I think it is something good.
That's a great question.
There's a few things I'd like to touch on at half time, but we will touch on that if possible. Daley Blin's just gone down injured there,
but don't get me wrong. But I'll answer that later on the Sunday night show. This team has some decent pieces in it. I was just trying to get the replay. This team does have some decent pieces in it. Like I think this team is a lot better than when Moyes left it, obviously. I think it's in a better position because I think he's cleared a lot of that dead wood out. I think he solved one of the biggest problems in the midfield. You know, you have Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger, Carrick, and Herrera. So even though there's rumors about Toni Kroos, and god damn, I would love to see him at United. But there are some decent pieces, including Martial and Smalling and De Gea, where I don't think you're going to have to come in and buy 7, 8, 9 players. I think that you need about 4 or 5, but they have to be top drawer. I don't want to see, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of them can be, you know, aimed for the long term, but I think they need to buy quality this summer. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. I
do love that question, though.
Yeah, it's a very good question from Zane, and I think it's a good one for later on because we're going into the international break now, aren't we? Really? So tonight.
Oh, is that? I didn't notice that.
Hopefully, we won't be ranting too much if we can get a derby win. But
it looked like Valencia out there warming up too, didn't it?
Phil Jones is a player I would just give you a glimpse, Zane, that and he's just made a very good comment there about keeping Robin van Persie, which, you know, everyone will know. I was gutted about that and still am. But Phil Jones is a player who's got to go. But we gave him a 5-year contract last year, ridiculous. And Daley Blind has just gone through Aguero there, and Aguero's hurt himself. I don't know whether that was a revenge tackle. No,
but he pops up, you know.
Yeah,
you know, to be honest, I don't really want to start firing Aguero up because if he gets fired up and he's in the mood, we know he can score a hat trick, no problem.
It wasn't even a revenge tackle. I don't think Daley Blind's that sort of player. Whether you like Daley Blind or not, he's been played out of position this year. And
no, I like Blind as that utility guy where he can fill in midfield at fullback. Hell, he could probably fill in at goalkeeper if you needed him to. Just joking, but
he's an unsung hero, Blind, because actually, he's been playing left centre back all season, and we have been crap, but he's not really. He's not really been the person who's been at fault at that. But it's getting a bit fiery between him and Aguero.
You can't blame him. No, especially going into halftime.
He's just chucked Aguero into the corner there. That probably was a foul. But it's getting tasty.
He got it in the back.
Getting tasty, and that's what you want in a Manchester derby for sure. We do want to see that. And I've enjoyed this. I really have enjoyed this game so far. It's just I suppose there's an element of surprise that Man City. I don't think they've been terrible defensively.
They've been on the break a few times, but they could be dangerous here. Just trying to see Darmian's on Aguero. Oh, near post flick.
Oh, he should have scored. In fact, I thought he was going to.
Yeah, that's a penalty. I think
that is either brilliant defending by Darmian, but he's looking right at it. I think that was
Carrick.
It's
Carrick. Look,
it probably was Carrick. Oh, he fouled Carrick. He fouled Carrick. If anything, he fouls Carrick. It's a cross.
Yeah, he fouls Carrick.
Cross comes over to the back.
You see the shirt grab though by Darmian in there.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul on Carrick.
I mean, that'll piss you off too, and then you also have to wonder where the refs' heads are at. Like similar to the Newcastle game when he gave that penalty away against Smalling. You could call that every single time. So either start calling it so players stop doing it, or don't fucking call it. It's annoying that shirt grab foul. But yeah, I am enjoying this. Normally, I just sit up here and watch the game by myself. I don't like to go out to the pub because. I don't know. You know how Americans are. They're not very smart. And plus, you spend too much money. I like to have a drink. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this.
It is interesting because a lot of people say, we sometimes get it thrown at us that you don't go to games, even though the likes of Kev and Zara quite regularly go to games. But I used to go to Manchester United games a lot, and then we started the United Stand. And the reality is, you can't do what we do and watch games. And I'm the same as Joey. I very rarely watch it in a pub because you can't be tweeting and keeping in contact with people on the live comment box.
I just feel more comfortable at my house. I get to use my bathroom. I get to, I don't have to spend. I don't know how much it is there, but $4 or $5 on a beer, that's a penalty.
That's a penalty. Oh. It's got. Oh my good God! How is that not a penalty?
And this is what now. This is what I need to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see pushing and shoving. I want to see him going at it.
It is going at it because he's a young lad.
Michael Oliver's in the background, not doing anything, he's just waiting.
And this is where Rojo.
But then again, Fernandinho comes over and he gets in Rashford's face, and they're starting going, "How could you not see that?"
I mean, everybody. Anthony Adora.
I have to find this thing. I got to go back. Against Midtjylland in the second leg, I think it was. The one guy with the blonde hair, he fouled Schneiderlin or did something.
That's a penalty. That's a penalty. That is a goddamn penalty. The ball is gone. He's knocked it past him.
He's not even trying to play the ball.
He's shoulder barged into him. He's got a right to go down. Michael Oliver's looking right at it. And as I said again, with the Smalling yellow card, and with that
Who comes
as well,
over first? Lingard.
Bottling it.
I like it. I like the fight from Lingard there. I like that.
Yeah. Because he's looking after his mate, isn't he? Rashford sort of looks up to Lingard, and Lingard does win a few friends with that because. But that's Michael Oliver bottling it as a referee there. It's a penalty every day of the week. It's at the Etihad.
What's he doing?
And if he gives it, United probably win this game. And he bottled it. He absolutely bottled it.
I know that referees rewatch the game and they have the pen and everything. And how is he going to sit there and explain to a panel how that's not a penalty? How does he do that?
Well, book him for diving if it's not if it's a dive. It's a penalty.
It's not. It's no way in hell a dive. No, yeah, I see what you're saying though. But that's also like what's it called? Should have been sent off for diving.
Right, that's half time. But that annoys me because if that's outside the box, it's a free kick every day of the week. It's in the penalty box. He's skinned his man. He's again like he did on the first goal, and he's running through on goal and. There's no reason to go down. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. We've been robbed in the derby again. But the great thing about it is, Joe, is that we've got a derby, we've got some passion, we've got some fight, and we're all over them. Absolutely, I'm really pleased with that. But Michael Oliver was always
it's one of the better first halves I've seen from United. Especially taking into context the opponent and the occasion. This is massive. They got to win this game. We all think top four is gone. We would love nothing more than for them to sit there and prove us wrong.
Well, they've just shown it there that Louis van Gaal was up and dancing around and shaking his fist and everything like that. And I tell you what, though, I'll bring us all back down to reality. That really does annoy me, because this game, the Manchester United are where they are because of that clown. And if he thinks he can start getting up now and punching the air and pushing everybody on, the damage he's caused, he shouldn't be the manager. And I don't care who's in charge today, whether, I would still expect that performance in a Manchester derby. I don't think it's anything to do with Louis van Gaal. And as you said during the first half, we don't win games because we're not in a high position because we can't beat the lesser teams. It's easy to raise yourself for a derby. We've been fantastic, and we especially with that penalty as well, we should have been 2-0 up. But Michael Oliver is a huge concern. But standout players in the first half, Joey.
Mata, Carrick, Smalling. And probably, I think they all played well except for Rojo. But that being said, I'm still thinking about that penalty, man, because, Martial steps up, and if he hits it, that's another goal, and his confidence keeps going. And, that goal could have done so much more.
Okay, probably lost Joe there for a bit there, but hopefully it will come back. We're on half time at the moment, as I said. I'm pretty pleased with it. You've got to be pleased when you're playing in a Manchester derby at the Etihad and you're 1-0 up. We should be 2-0 up. Not happy with Michael Oliver at all there. Messed us up big time, and it is a penalty. He runs down in the box. He goes past his man, and it's a foul. It's 100% a foul. We can't mess around and say anything else. But we've got to take it into the second half. You talk about performances, and I thought Manchester City were pretty poor. A defensive substitution when Sterling goes off, and I'm just trying to get Joey back on the Skype while it's half time. But a defensive substitution when Sterling goes off. They're not supporting Aguero. These are all positives for Manchester United because they're not supporting Aguero at all. And the only fear I have is where Rojo's playing down the left. I think Navas is getting a bit of joy down there. But I'm just battling away trying to get Joey back on Skype here at the moment. But I'll go to some of your live comments in a minute. But Fellaini not playing makes a massive difference. I know a lot of you think I don't like Fellaini. You wouldn't be wrong, but we can still get something out of this game for sure if we keep Fellaini off the pitch. And I'm just going to get Joey back now. I'm multitasking, which, as many of you will know, is difficult for men. But Fellaini not in the team makes a massive difference. It's such a shame we haven't done it for the whole season. But let's have a look if we can get. I've got Joey hopefully coming back up on the screen there. Keelan Johnson with the best point ever, says Shane Hickey. What was the comment from Keelan Johnson? Because I want to see the best comment ever. Joey,
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Let me. I don't know why I'm not getting you on video. I'm just getting your.
I accepted it. So.
Yeah, I shall have you back now. There we go. Joey Tibble is back. Yeah, I was just talking there. It's massive about Fellaini's lack of involvement, and I sort of do throw it down to that, if I'm honest, that with no Fellaini it makes a big difference. There was a comment in there from Keelan Johnson. I'm going to throw it back to Joey just for a moment while I see if that works. Yeah, it should work. That's what killed it last time. But we're on you at the moment, Joey, just while I have a look at the comment box. If you want to just have a little comment on your first half.
Yeah, they're showing the stats now. 2 shots on goal for each team. I thought we played well. I thought there was opportunities. There was one ball that was played in. It was just a little too far in front of one of the forward players where we could have been in again. And I think we're playing really well. And we were talking about it in the stream. I really hope that he doesn't mess the game up with his substitutions. Leave it how it is right now. But I think City will be watching it and they'll thinking, we're having some joy down that right-hand side against Rojo. I think they'll try and isolate him and really go at him because I think a lot of the crosses have come in from that side. But again, that was a negative tactic, I think, from Pellegrini when he brought on Fernando when Sterling went off. And I think that's, something that Louis van Gaal would have done, let alone Pellegrini. But, yeah, I thought they could have brought Boney on. But, I want to get away from City. Talking about us, I think we're playing really well in the forward areas. We're creating a few opportunities. couple chances in there, and that's something we didn't do against Liverpool. So, hopefully we can keep it up. That penalty, though, I mean, that just, if we end up drawing this game and then missing out on top 4 by 2 points, I mean, you look at certain points in the season, and I mean, come on. It was a lovely pass. I think it was Schneiderlin backheeled it. But, I like the fight at the end of the half. I think that's going to be good for us. I think United are going to be fired up coming into it. They're showing Louis Van Gaal now. He's a little upset at the call. But, yeah, I want to see more of the same in the second half. Don't let them get back into this game. They're not doing too well. Don't give them opportunities. Don't slip up. Keep going 100% in the second half, and we should win this game.
Right, okay, we're apparently getting massive reverb, and I don't know why, because my
What's reverb?
Echo, your sound is messed up. But I'm going to throw something controversial out there. I always like to do that. I think Rashford is already better than Danny Welbeck, and the reason I say that is I'm a bit concerned that we could end up with they're just showing the penalty there on Sky. I don't even know. Michael Oliver's looking right at it. Schneiderlin's nearly knocking him out next to him because he's like, how can you not? I mean, we're further away from this than it's a penalty every single day of the week, and he's bottled it. He's absolutely bottled it. As Abu said, he's bottled it. The Echo, though, says NG as... I think my audio's okay, hopefully. But
is mine better, or is it still doing it?
Yeah, we'll wait for some live comments because I'm not even watching the live thing. But Sooners is saying it's a penalty, says Tyler. But why didn't they get the penalty? Because it says Luke Parkin, because Michael Oliver is an absolute disastrous referee. But yeah,
can we take a second to laugh at Liverpool too?
What was their score?
3-2.
Oh, they lost 3-2.
They were up 2-0. Gave away a penalty that probably wasn't a penalty. Mane converts, then Penalty scores a great goal, and same thing with Mane. Mane scores again. So up 2-0, down to 3-2. Everybody left the Scousers.
So there's no echo for me, and someone's just going to still. Chad Farron says there's still echo with Joey. I don't know why that would be. But
well, we have time at halftime. What I'll do is I can end the call, and then you can bring me back in, and we'll see if that works.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. I do worry a little bit about Rashford being in the England squad because I think that's the sort of thing that Roy Hodgson would do. But let's just see what happens. I do think he's better than Welbeck. And just on that goal and some of the touches I've seen from him over the last 2 games, I just think he's a fantastic talent who's probably still... a year, 2 years off his full potential, and he'll keep growing and growing. But absolutely fantastic from him, really exciting. We'll have to see what's happened. Even Robbie Savage said it was a penalty. Well, you could take that the opposite way, though, to be honest. But it was a penalty. I think we're all agreed on that. I don't think there's any argument that it was a penalty, and it leaves us in a situation where, as Joey said, we should be winning this game. It's going to be an interesting Sunday Night Live tonight because I think if we win this game, as I fully expect us to do, quite shocked to say that, but I do. I think it's going to lead to a lot of the... I know you said it won't happen, Joe, but I do think we will end up with a huge Louis Van Gaal in bandwagon again. And I hope people aren't stupid enough to ignore why the awful situation we're in, because I think anybody can win a derby. Everton did it for years against very good Liverpool sides, and City used to do it to us when we were very good as well. Derby, you can't judge anything, but at the moment it's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it.
I mean, you have to look at his body of work, and I can't stand that how people, if we do win, they're like, well, Louis Van Gaal in, you're flipping back and forth. You can't make up your mind. Well, let me help you make up your mind. Look at the body of work. Look at the style. Look at the money spent. Look at everything. Look how bad the league's been this year. And for me, it's a no-brainer that as Manchester United, globally, the brand, biggest in the world, football-wise, dominating. This is just not the standard, and to be where we are now, it's just not good enough. I'm sorry. He's not performing. He's not, the goals, what were the goals this season? Maybe win the FA Cup, challenge for the title. Top 4 wasn't even a thought. We were supposed to be challenging for the title, and he hasn't done that. And in a year where Leicester are going to win the title, it doesn't do it for me. Am I still echoing?
I don't know, but they're going to have to...
Let's ask the comments.
Yeah, they're going to have to put up with your echo for a minute because I'm just going to. We have been live for well over an hour now, so I'm just going to pop off and take a toilet break and throw it exclusively to Joey for hopefully what will be a good 12 minutes. No, it'll be a minute. It'll be a couple.
We're almost back.
Yeah, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave you with a bit of topical though, just before we hit into the second half, Joey, and that will be Mourinho rumours. Apparently, it's going to cost $5 million for United to reject him. If they do it in May, 10 million in June. Give us your thoughts on it, mate.
So I talked about this a lot because it's something that I think I wasn't a big Jose Mourinho in guy, especially around December, January, but I kind of gravitated towards that because I looked at the situation and I thought, you're looking at the next manager of Manchester United. It has to happen at the end of the season as well. But they can't mess this up. You see teams, they're on top. Look at AC Milan, perfect example. They've kind of floated off into the abyss, and they're really struggling. I know they're playing better than they have in recent seasons, but let's not talk about them. I think United need to hit.
We'll hopefully get Joey back there in a minute. But I don't know.
Am I back?
Yeah, you are back.
Okay, so I just wanted to continue on my Jose Mourinho thing. Yeah, I just think that I was talking about, they say he'll leave in 2-3 seasons and we'll be worse than we are now. If he comes in and builds a title-winning squad, I don't see how that's worse than we are now. And I just wanted to also say about him, I think he's looking around Europe. He's been to most of the top teams, unless he goes back to, Italy or whatever. I think he's trying to build a legacy somewhere. And I think we can offer him that. We can offer him the money. We can offer him the platform to go on and really try and achieve what Sir Alex did. And, one thing or not, when a lot of people think he's a prick, but he'll be our prick, and he'll really, really feed off the support and off the energy that the fans give him. And I think it's just a perfect match for me.
Yeah, I'm not getting your video feed at the moment, Joey. I don't know why that is.
There you go.
Okay.
But another thing is, say it's not Mourinho, Mark, and say it's not Giggs. Who else are you looking at? Koeman, maybe? I know that's one of your favorites. Who's not a bad shout. What about,
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm.
Second half has started, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort this audio out because
I was just going in there and it was saying my internet is slow, but I don't know. I have one of the faster internets from the company I get it from, but I just want to say I put out a tweet and I said should be 2-0 up. Hopefully LVG doesn't F it up with his substitutions, and Lyndon Elves said he'll put Memphis at right back. And it wouldn't really surprise you if he did that.
Oh, this is pissing me off now. Okay,
I can hear you clearly. Looks like Joe Hart's having a problem with his calf. Everything all right, Mark?
Yeah. I'm just messing around with the audio because I'm aware that people are getting a.
Is it maybe me coming through your speakers too loud and then hitting into your microphone?
You're coming through my. You're coming through my computer.
He's got to come off.
Yeah.
That's 2 substitutions now.
Joe Hart is looking like he's coming off.
Caballero is not too bad of a goalkeeper though.
Right, system sound, microphone, general, audio, preview speakers, microphone.
Ray says, if two Scousers and a City fan say it's a penalty, it's a penalty.
Joe Hart coming off. Just to while Joe Hart is injured there, just to let you know, we'll be doing a live match stream. It won't be instantly; it'll be within a couple of minutes because I'm gonna have to end this one and go to another one. So there will be another one. Joe Hart going off then. Interesting. He didn't do fantastically well on the goal anyway, but I think the killer is, as Joey said, that they've wasted another substitution there, so they've only got one left. It's interesting. Man City are not going to win the Champions League, and if we win today, if I look at my league table there, we will be within 1 point of them. I don't think there's any chance of us getting top four. I said it in January, but it makes it very interesting that we would be only 1 point behind Manchester City. He's going off on a stretcher, Joe Hart. For those who give a damn about England, they will probably start moaning about it, but such is life. He's being clapped off by the Man City fans.
Well, you got Jack Butland, don't you?
Yeah, I don't care about England anyway, but I certainly don't care about Joe Hart. They do have a match in hand, says Naz. Interesting. It's 1-0 to Manchester United for those tuning in at the moment. Joey's having a snack. Yeah. Timestamp, Mark, please. Timestamp, we are just about to hit 49, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 49.30 there if you want to sync in with us. I should have said that, sorry. He'll make it more enjoyable. I had to sync in with Joey because we're about 10 seconds behind. Joe Hart going off, does it make our job any easier? I don't know.
Anytime you have Di Michaelis and Mangala in front of you, it never makes your job easy. Little pressing game here from City.
Usage. But we're back now. Well, I can see he's getting a second goal in this. It's into Martial there. He's got runners on the wall. If he'd got that through, he had Lingard and Schneiderlin running into the penalty box. But I can start to see, as much as I don't really care, I can start to see why Manchester City have struggled this year, because they really... I mean, Darmian's just brushed Silva off there. He's going past Clichy. I thought that was a foul as well. Typically not given.
I tell you what, David Silva's been absolutely quiet in this game. I don't want to jinx it, but... Oh, good save.
Shot in there. I think it was Rojo, wasn't it? Rojo on the overlap. But he's now out of position, and Navas, good defending by Daley Blind.
Blind bails him out.
Blind's been pretty flawless today. Showed his experience, as has Chris Smalling.
What do you think about Blind playing in the midfield? Is that something you... I mean, we saw it last year, but he was more playing the philosophy. You know, he was keeping the ball. He was really getting... Oh, they're going to make their last substitution here.
Wilfred Bonney coming on. It isn't Spurs are 3-0 up. Spurs are 3-0 up, Nadeem, but it's not a hat trick for Kane. It was Ericsson who's got the third, unless there's a mess up on that. They are playing very defensive, Man City. They're losing the game 1-0, and hopefully this means the game's going to open up a little bit, because I fancy us to get the second goal.
Yeah, I would like to see us try and absorb the pressure and then hit them on the break. Is that Fernandinho's going to play centre back? I would have thought it would have been Fernando.
They've got to do something, City, but I think that plays into our hands a little bit, because it should open up the game a bit. I think there's goals in this second half.
Pellegrini's showing some fight on the touch. He always looks close. Touch to the back post. Never a threat. I like how we're getting back in numbers and defending, though. We've seen on certain games, we kind of get stuck up the pitch. and we don't get back. And I think you see that was a good example. City trying to break and United get back, and here's Martial, and he just skinned what's his name. Ooh.
Decent shot, full strength save from Carbonero or whatever it is. Spaghetti. What is it?
Caballero.
All right, Carbon.
Gotta get that Spanish going. Nice ball.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
That was headed in, wasn't it?
Darmian with the cross. We've got the perfect angle from the camera there, and it's going into the bottom corner from Rashford. Darmian, you know, I rate him. It's a decent cross. I mean, Rashford is in acres. He's got the freedom of Manchester almost. But this is what I'm excited about, because this game is opening up now. City have gone with... They've got... I think the I don't want to talk about City because I want them to lose, but bringing Bonnie on...
They need a win. They have to win. Yeah, I think that's a move by Pellegrini that should have happened when Sterling went off. They need to win. The pressure is on them. Like you said, they're not winning the Champions League. They need top four. Again, another shit cross.
Yeah, Blin's crossing has been poor.
It's crazy because he took over on the corners and he did well the first few games, but now he's, lately, like I said, we don't score from corners, it feels like. Somebody in the comments could let us know, I'm sure they know, when the last time we scored from a corner was.
Corners always makes me think of Phil Jones taking a corner, which sort of sums up our corners. But
yeah.
the Bonnie substitution makes sense, as I was saying, for Man City, because Smalling and Blind have been very, very physical and dominated Aguero, and Bonnie
He's going to have to stick Bonnie on one of them, most likely Blind, so that they want to create that one-on-one. This is some lovely play here. He's
in all sorts of space. Mata on the right, and just lost control of the ball. He could have put him in running towards the back foot.
Some of the play that we've seen, the quick passing, the one-touch passing, we haven't seen that a lot this season, and it makes you wonder where it's been. Is he going to stumble onto a front four that really works for us? Or, is he going to go and change it again and play possesses? Not good.
Aguero shoots over the bar. I mean, he's not going to beat... Well, we said Payet wasn't going to beat De Gea from 35 yards, didn't we? But I wouldn't expect Aguero here. He gets away, sort of running on the edge of the box, and I've seen him do it before, but he's not going to score from there. For people watching the live stream, we've just hit 56 minutes and 10 seconds there, so you can sink in with us. Mark, Joey, who do you think Jose will bring in if he takes over at Man United? Zane Charles, full of great comments today, Zane. My concern is that when we beat City, because we should be beating City, I mean, we should be beating City in this game, is that we know we've got an absolute idiot in charge, and we know that the board are absolutely set on keeping him, that this sort of result will do him the world of good.
He was asking who Jose would bring in. I think you look at that Chelsea team that he built, and you look at it and you see, okay, he's probably he's going to play 4-2-3-1, or you can call it 4-3-3. We know the type of strikers he likes. I could see Martial playing on the wing.
Oh, you're in it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be in.
I mean, that's an interesting stat.
I think you look at the midfield. I just want to touch on this. He had Fabregas and Matic in there. Do we have our own Fabregas and Matic on the team? You would probably say yes, and Herrera and Schneiderlin. So, but that's another question we can add on to tonight. I think that's another great question.
Yeah, who would you sell and who would you buy? I'll not take a note of that. But City are trying.
And also, he really wanted Stones. So you partner. He's not gonna let Daley Blind be a centre back. That's for damn sure.
I mean, it's a long shot that Manchester United are going to get Champions League football, and I think that makes a big difference about the sort of players that we can bring in. I mean, I'm amazed that Adidas and the likes of that haven't... Well, people say that they're amazed that Adidas have put up with it, but Adidas have made...
They put that comment out, didn't they? That this isn't the type of football we want to see, or something, the style. They put that comment out there.
The flip side of the coin is that Adidas have made way more money than they ever expected to make from Manchester United already. I mean... Says the man sat with a Manchester United Adidas tracksuit top on. But
I think they've done a decent job too. I would like to just say, on the kits. I think they did a good job this year. Better than Nike. I think a lot. I don't know. We're not like England, but a lot of people are upset. England and France's kits are almost identical, just different colors. And that's the thing with Nike. They use the same design and just switch the colors up. If you notice right now, City are wearing the same socks that we wore last year and the same shorts, just different colors, same design.
So yeah, that it is interesting, but
I don't like to see. There's this kind of this moment in the game where they're kind of we're in between. We're at 60 minutes. You're kind of expecting a substitution soon to try and change the game from Van Gaal, and it's kind of like we're just both kind of not coming out trying to swing, both trying to counterpunch. So let's see what happens here. It's big. Next 10 minutes are big. And this is Aguero and Smalling. He's got the overlap. Great defending. Who was that?
Well,
who was that?
It's interesting who it was, because I was going to say in this second half especially, I thought he had a good first half, but in this second half he's been up and down. Superb from Darmian, if people don't know who we're talking about. But he has, and I'm really pleased to say it, because you can give Alex a bit of a dig on the 9 o'clock show tonight, Joe, because Darmian has shown today exactly why he shouldn't be dropped and he should be playing every week. He's just become more and more into the game. Defensively has been superb, but City are starting to come at us a bit more now.
Yeah, I think the thing that we got to keep our heads in, and this is where you would want maybe make a change. I don't know if you. Yeah, here it is. Oh no.
Valencia. If that's Darmian, then this is.
You know what? I think he's going to put Darmian at left back and Valencia.
It's not a bad idea though, because Rojo hasn't been doing that well.
That's what I'm saying. That would be the only substitution I would accept right now. But if he takes off Darmian, I'm probably going to break something.
Your volume your audio is quite low apparently, Joey. I don't know why, because it's perfect from my end. But
I'll talk a little louder then. Maybe. Yeah, if he takes off Darmian here, you might see me break something, because that's just, like I said, and I tweeted it out. I said, let's hope LVG doesn't F the game up with his substitutions. And I know I can't predict the future, but I can't see any reason in the world why you would bring Valencia on right now. You don't, go get the second goal.
It's concerning. We're sort of on the edge of our seats here as to who he is going to bring on. I would hope that Rojo.
Maybe somebody that's listening to the commentary, maybe they heard one of the pundits say who it is. Maybe the comments could let us know.
People say, Mark, adjust Joey's volume. It really isn't that easy for me to do that, because I can hear him very well. So I
went from not knowing what I'm talking about to people are trying to get me to speak louder.
Yeah. It has to be Rojo coming off. I mean, he's made a tackle there. He just looked really tired. But the worry is now is that we're starting to do what Van Hal. No, what he normally does is in the last half an hour start standing back, and if this ends up as a 1-1 draw,
oh come on,
decent shot.
We got to be good on these rebounds. That's another thing. Rebounds, you've got to clean up in the penalty box. It's Rojo.
Yeah, well that makes sense. Valencia for Rojo does make sense.
I like it. That's a good substitution for once.
Yeah. I mean, it means Darmian coming across, which I'm not a massive fan of. But
well, I think he doesn't have to worry about the pace. And you know what? Is he sitting there? Is Van Gaal sitting here saying, "Let's make Silva defend a little bit. Let's get Valencia on the pitch with Lingard, and let's try and pin them back on that side because it's Clichy and Silva. And if you can create some 2-on-1s with Silva being lazy, not tracking back, I can see that. And then on the flip side, you're going to have Darmian against probably, I wouldn't say their best player because I don't think anybody's performed very well, but Navas has been getting in, he's been getting some crosses in. Now you get Darmian on that side to shore that side up. So it'll be interesting, but I do like the idea of the 2-on-1. Let's make David Silva defend on that side. But again, you look at their team, obviously Fernando and Yaya Toure. And
I've fixed the sound. That's a positive. I don't know how I did that. I'm just when I'm going
heavy touch.
Default speed.
Lingard looks to be getting a little tired. Maybe you want to bring Memphis on for him.
Well, we fixed your audio, Joey. That's the main thing. A lot of you who do watch the United Stand know I do a live match reaction straight afterwards. And now we're going to figure out how to do that because I might have to just leave Joey up for the last 5 minutes. But if it's a decent game, I don't really want to do that. So the live match reaction might just.
Can't you? You could go in and set it up though through YouTube, couldn't you?
Yeah. It is all.
Great block.
Smalley. But this is the worry. The defenders again are starting to become the men of the match, and that's a shame because thinking the first.
Yeah, normally you see this around the 80th minute, not the 63rd. I do not want to see us sit back and defend for 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's not good. Fortunately, De Gea's not had loads to do, but it's a shame because I think with the City are there for the taking.
Is he offside? 'Cause 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 'Cause
What do they call a foul or something. But yeah, I agree with you. This is one of the worst City teams I've seen in recent memory in the last couple of years. Like, they're there for. They've got Fernandinho at center back. What are we doing?
It doesn't make sense to me because it's very like Chelsea. You look at their squad and you think how, but
well, I think with Chelsea, that's just the players deciding we don't like you anymore, Jose, or we're not going to perform for you, and I think couple that with Eden Hazard, a little France on France hate crime there with Clichy and Schneiderlin. You couple that with Hazard's woeful form this year, and it's a shame. The players do have all the power, though, don't they?
Oh yeah, if you can do that to Mourinho, then
exactly.
You can.
I'm sure Pep's. Another question is, you gotta look. Damn, that was a nice steal there from Navas. You gotta look and see. Look, City are gonna be rebuilding too. I can't see Pep keeping a lot of these players.
It would be hilarious if they're not in the Champions League, though.
Oh,
it's a bad first touch by Lingard there because he had the space in front of the defenders.
Here goes Martial.
Martial past Sanya.
But then again, look in the box. You've only got Rashford and Mata's half-heartedly in the box. What are we? It's like we don't want to get beat. We're playing not to lose now. Not to draw.
It's always the way under Louis van Gaal. To be honest, I know a lot of people. A draw, I said before the game, 1-1. Oh, is it the post, Aguero? It's a decent cross by Toure. He gets in front of his defender. I think it was Smalling. And we'll watch that back again. See, Darmian goes to left back and his game starts to go a bit. It's just not ideal.
He didn't stick a foot out.
Yeah, it's a good... I don't think he was going to score from there. I think he's hit the inside of the post with a header. And De Gea sort of got that covered. But it's the same old thing under Van Gaal. You get in front and he sits back and starts making turners into a defensive side. But somebody did say the other day, "Oh, do you think we miss Rooney?" And I nearly laughed myself to death, really, because no, we don't.
I don't think we miss him. Which Rooney though?
Oh yeah, we've been missing
the Rooney that's
the real
on
Rooney
a bit of form,
years,
or are we talking about the Rooney that we've seen over the last couple of seasons? And that's another thing that scares me with Mourinho coming in, that he'll keep Rooney.
Tell you what, the interjection between Mata and Schneiderlin there, about 4 or 5 passes between each other, absolutely superb. And this is
where's that been?
Well, this is what you get when you play players with Mata who want to use him. Unfortunately, Valencia here, well, he hasn't crossed it. He's got a corner.
I thought he was offside.
But you know what? It's a corner. But to be honest, I've got no confidence that we're going to do anything with it anyway, because our corners have been really, really poor.
I'm going to look that up if nobody's mentioned it. That'll be a great topic for tonight's show. The set pieces, especially corners. Excuse me.
We've got height in the box. Carrick's big, Schneiderlin's big, Smalling's big.
Darmian 6'1", 6'2".
Darmian's back on the halfway line though. He doesn't use him in the box. Ridiculous.
Well, look, there's only one person in there right now. They're really playing not to, give up the next goal instead of going for it. Oh, a little miscommunication there.
It's all right. Carbonara's got it. Shane Hickey says, "Mark, can Jose become a long-term manager at Manchester United?" I do think that's his intention to do that. That's going to go out for a throw in there. City. Oh no, they've kept it in. Well done.
Look at that! Look at that tracking back. Martial. I would take 11 Martials on the pitch all game. I just love the effort from that kid.
I've just got a bad feeling the way this game's going now. I don't know whether it's tiring or not, but this could end up 1-1, and in no way is it a one game. Although
it does. City don't deserve it. I take that all game if he's going to do stupid.
From Clichy.
If you're a teammate of Clichy there, what are you doing? You're looking at him and just saying, "What the hell are you doing?" That's set up. Oh, here comes Schweinsteiger.
Could be for Carrick. He has played a lot of games lately, and it wouldn't surprise me that.
I would rather see it for maybe Lingard, and maybe play Schweinsteiger a bit further forward.
Well, it shouldn't be Schneiderlin because he hasn't played for 2 games. So
that's what I'm saying. If he takes, that's what I'm afraid it's Schneiderlin.
It shouldn't be Schneiderlin, especially after that little.
I thought he's been playing pretty well as well. That's not a foul.
That interplay with Mata was fantastic. So I think it's got to be Carrick, because and if he gets that right again, that's 2 good subs in a row. Carrick played on Thursday night. He is 34.
Oh, you are right about that. He did play on Thursday. You know what? I don't think a lot of people have touched on this, and you look at the recent record of even Tottenham playing on a Thursday and then a Sunday. That really did screw us up big time. I think the last month and a half, playing on Thursday and then playing on Sunday. We've been. Oh, there we go. There's that knockdown ball, that rebound that we need to get to. I don't want to see us get beat because we're not putting in effort.
So here's the substitution. Schweinsteiger. Mata. I just. That's defensive. It's a defensive substitution. Bad. Typical, annoying, frustrating, defensive substitution. The second goal's there for us to take, and we go and do that. I'm not happy about that.
It's just that's stupid. I can hear myself on your thing, I think. I don't know if my audio is messed up.
No, I think it's
Oh
all right.
my god, what is he doing?
Well, we're inviting.
It's almost like we have to play against City, and now we have to play against his substitutions.
Well, other than a win, which is obvious, a draw for him is a good result because he's not lost.
You know what this reminds me of? The game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. We were 1-0 up, and then we just defended for 25, 30 minutes. Oh. Come on. No standing around here. Come on, there's too many players on that side standing around. Got Clichy on the overlap. That ball never should be getting through.
It's just, how many men have we got in the box at the moment? And then
Oh
Aguero,
my god.
I would have put money on him.
Oh my god.
And that's Darmian again, is it? Carrick.
That should have been 1-1.
They're just, the likes of
What are they doing? They're falling off.
The likes of Silver and that. And
You gotta be careful. Valencia, you gotta be careful going to ground there. You have to get that almost perfect or it's a penalty. We need to, I think the concentration levels are starting to drop, wouldn't you say?
I'm just concerned now because I think we've just got 4-0, 1-1 written all over it, unfortunately, and it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be, and I think a draw.
Let's imagine that penalty never, that call that doesn't even happen. You're looking at this, it's got 1-1 written all over it. I would like to see the heat map of the players in the second half. In the last 20 minutes. Please clear the goddamn ball. Nobody, look, run out. There you go. Rashford's running out to him.
I mean, City, they're either going to score or we're just going to defend this out because we are not. We're not trying to do anything else. I mean, Schweinsteiger, Schneiderlin, and Carrick. It's not a midfield that screams out to you.
You're not going to produce a goal out of that. You might get lucky with something over the top to Martial or Rashford or Lingard, but you're not. I don't feel like we're going to create anything. Oh, Boney's got to score there. I don't know how.
Anthony says Blindy's a beast. I think him, Smalling, and Darmian have been fantastic. I totally agree with that. And Carrick and Schneiderlin. There's been some good performances, but this is the disappointing thing again, is that we've just got the wrong man in charge. That we are in control of this game, and second half we've just given up 10 yards. Our approach has gone defensive. We've invited City on, and he does that a lot. I've seen us do it so many times, 1-0 away from home especially, and we sit back and we don't go for the second goal. And this is why I always say he doesn't understand the Premier League at all, because he tries to play continental football. No. Rashford just gone down from could have been an elbow, but I don't think
could have been. I mean, if it was Fellaini, it's definitely a call. Yeah, when Fellaini connects, he ain't gonna waste the connection. Fellaini's gonna get you.
Well, Fellaini's we've still got another sub to go. Could be still time for him.
You know what? If you're going back in the Schweins, I don't like that one. I'd have rather seen, if you're going to bring Fellaini on, you can hit the ball deep to him, and it kind of relieves some of that pressure. He just doesn't use him the way he should be used. He puts him in the center midfield, and he wants him to dictate play and help out Carrick, and that's just not his game. It's not what he's good at. I don't care if he doesn't like, being the guy up front that knocks the ball down and that area. I don't want him anywhere else but there. There's spaces are starting to open up all over the pitch. Concentration levels, there's a lazy tackle.
Navas.
And as usual, I don't know if it's like this for you, but when you're watching like a big game like this, and I'm thinking about the last set of where City was shooting, and that felt like 20 minutes ago, and then you look up at the clock and it's been 3 minutes, and it's like,
Well, the thing is,
I think that's with every fan, though.
I think winning the derby would be fantastic, and we want to beat City just simply because it gives us bragging rights. But the performance has now dropped from what we were excited about at half time to basically a defensive display that
look at the space. Go at him. What is Valencia doing? See, this is what you don't want to see.
Turning back,
and that shit's happened so often this year. Where we look like we're going to break there. And then the fullback or the winger.
That's a
good
foul.
Job by Lingard selling that one.
It's gone through Lingard, and it's a yellow
card.
I'll tell you
what, when he booked Smong in the first 10 minutes, I thought he was going to be card happy, and he's kind of...
Yeah, I still...
But if we're judging on that, obviously the penalty is just what's going to overshadow everything.
Time is ticking down, though. I mean, we are on 75 minutes, and... that's not good for City. I really hope I'm wrong about
the equaliser coming.
The equaliser coming, because it is disappointing, and I'll give you an insight to people who watch the United stand now, because at this stage of the game I'm starting to think, well, how am I going to approach my 5 to 10 minute live match reaction? And I would approach it at the moment with disappointment.
I think the next 14 minutes will decide how that happened. How your match reaction is. And I think what I like about you is you'll talk. I mean, even say this result does hold, you'll talk about the positives, but then you'll also talk about the last 20 minutes, how negative it was, and how that you could be singing a whole different tune right now. Or they equalize, and then you talk about how good it was, and then how it could have been better. I don't know. Can you imagine Sir Alex Ferguson doing this?
No, because I think what frustrates me the most, and I think a lot of the live viewers would agree with this as well, is that we're not paid money to be Manchester United fans, but we see things that anybody can see, and I'm just baffled by he doesn't understand the Premier League, and he continues with this European approach of getting ahead and then killing games, and it doesn't work in the Premier League because teams will just think, sod it, let's play two at the back and have and go for it. And it just doesn't work.
I love the fight right here from Rashford. That's something you do get with the youngsters, is that that energy and that extra effort, because they got something to prove.
I like Rashford a lot. I think he's still very raw, but
you can see that he's got the tools.
Yeah.
To become a great player.
And he's got a lot of, he's doing this on his own at 18 years old.
Come on, what's Lingard doing, leaving him go like that? Whew. I thought I think if he hadn't been booked, he would have been booked there, but I don't think that's a second yellow.
Yeah, Smalling slightly lucky, but I don't think the first yellow card was so soft that he doesn't deserve that.
Aguero's so good at that, though, isn't he? He gets you in tight to him, and then he just turns you, and he either gets the foul or he's off. I mean, Aguero is just a beast.
Cross coming in, decent header over the bar or to the wide. Sorry, I'm just typing some stuff away whilst we wait for... We're approaching the last 10 minutes now.
My dogs are running around the house like they're in a track meet.
I am just for the live people. I am just in the process of setting up the live comments. So that will.
Darmian goes down.
It looks bad.
They're going to play on.
Darmian does look quite badly injured, but Man City will play on as we would expect them to do. And that's lucky.
Bonnie tries to do a flick. I wouldn't have. I would have.
He probably would have put himself in there, to be honest.
Yeah, and then you remember a couple years ago in the group stage of the Champions League when the guy was supposed to kick the ball back? It was like Anderlecht versus somebody. He was supposed to kick the ball back, and he goes on and he scores, and everybody's just standing there going.
I think it's just cramped for Darmian because he is back up on his feet now.
Well, he hasn't played. I mean, he's been off, in the injury lately, and he comes back, and then it's I feel like he hasn't been fully fit. Oh, that's a dick move. But what would you expect? Good win there by Schweinsteiger. And that's a throw-in for us. Look, Van Gaal's on the touchline.
And with Giggs as well.
What's he doing? He's gonna stay out there. Just stay out there. I mean, it doesn't. It didn't bother me for a while that he didn't get up, but when you're losing and stuff like that, you have to show some fight. But yeah, Giggs up there. Oh, you got to step for that. Come on. I would like to know how much Giggs really does have, in terms of input on the team.
Giggs is an interesting one.
I'll give Giggs. Well, there's certain people that think Giggs is the manager and Van Gaal's just there to.
If Giggs was
take all the criticism.
If Giggs was, I don't know, somebody like Jesper Blomqvist or a middle of the road sort of Man United player, Mickey Phelan or someone like that, then he would get slated. It's only because, and maybe I'll fall into that trap as well. Of course, absolutely. He gets away with it because of his club football player career. But I just think he's as culpable as anybody, and he's sat next to two massive failures, and either you're a coward who won't say anything, or you're part of the problem. It's very simple.
That's what I'm saying. I really do think that he has a lot of. I've read an article, and I don't know how. You never know. The journalism in England is just fucking terrible. That's a whole nother rant for one day. But I read an article and it was saying that he has a lot of input. And good job there by Lingard to clear it out. Look at Rashford again. On effort. Well, right now Rashford's got my man of the match.
Right, I'm just, for those watching, I'm just putting the link to the live match reaction into the video description of this. So you don't need to click it at the moment, but I will allude to it when we approach the end of this game, and hopefully it will be a celebration for us. So you might want to just go and check that while Darmian's on the floor.
You think we got Fosu? I bet you the move I would make is... Oh, I was just about to say Fosu Mensah.
Yeah. Darmian has run his socks off today.
Yeah, he has. What I like about the substitution is Fosu Mensah comfortable on the ball, can pick a pass. I would love to know what he's saying to him. He almost looks like he's fucking yelling at him. Excuse me.
To be honest, I think City might have missed their chance. I think the game's gone quite quiet in the last few minutes, and I think hopefully we can find a way through.
Look at that! This. You know what? Look at Darmian sitting there. Words of encouragement to his team. Tell him to go on, get the win. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm of Italian descent. I'm a huge Darmian fan, huge Italy fan, but I was so happy when we signed him because I did know who he was when we did, and I know what he's capable of, and I think he can be there for the next 6, 7, 8, 9 years and really, put down a nice marker on this team. Definitely Jose Mourinho type player.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with him today. I think he's shown exactly the sort of backing that I like to see, because a lot of people give me crap. I'm specifically
like you said though, some people will watch this game and they'll think he was crap, and it's just like, okay, I'll respect your opinion, but
You're wrong.
in my opinion, you're massively wrong.
But
He
Darmian
didn't do anything wrong. He was always in the right place today. Yeah, he didn't go forward and beat three men doing step overs and then whipping across. But he did what he's put. There's a big cross switch on. Didn't think that was the right ball, but I would like to see. There we go.
Martial away from Sanya into the box.
That's not a foul. It's borderline.
Outside the box. Outside the box. It's a free kick.
Outside the box, it is a foul. But you look at that. What's his name?
He blocks him off.
Sanya.
That is a yellow
grabs
card.
him.
That's a yellow card outside the box. That's a penalty for me. But
well, if you didn't. Oh, this is where I'm talking about these knockdown balls. See, now they got. This is what I'm talking about. Great. That was your boy Carrick.
Yeah.
Good job.
I think
great position.
I think we're gonna win this, and I think it's gonna be really interesting to.
I'll tell you what. If we draw this game, there's gonna be some massive disappointment from me and everyone. Got to go on and win it. You want to win you want to get in the top 4. You got to win this game. Has to you can't draw. Has to be a win. Got to gain the ground. Got to put yourselves in that position. Great stuff by Rashford, and he's cramping up now too.
There's been a lot of effort, and they're young lads.
They played the Thursday, Sunday night, and that's part of this. I also think the training. These injuries. It's not just because we bought a bunch of injury-prone players. I think it's the training, and I think it's the recovery and things like that. Great ball by Schwanz. He just can't do it.
Rashford.
And we've already used all 3 substitutions.
Cramp. Hopefully it's cramp. Yeah, it's cramp.
Got to get some Gatorade or some water in him.
But this is the problem, I know Darmian's gone down as well, but he hasn't played a lot of football. Rashford's playing too much football for an 18-year-old. We can be selfish about it, and I said it at the start of the game.
Ozu Mensah.
Yeah,
you know what, though? I think a big part of right now what's going on and to see this game out is the leadership from Carrick and from Schweinsteiger.
I mean, Rashford's just no use. He's sat in the centre.
Look at the footwork by this kid.
Martial, he's going up a blind alley. But we're in the 86th minute now. That's a foul, and we'll take that. Rashford is injured.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you say, though, you look at the second half and you'd probably call it 50-50. And if I would have told you Fernandinho was going to be playing at center back, this is their line, you would have been like, well, that was crap. Because we really should have gone on and get another goal.
I think this game's won. I think this game is won. I think we've done more than enough to win it, and I think Man City have been poor. I'm disappointed that we've gone defensive in this half. I think we could have, goal difference could be key if we are going to go for top 4. But I think this game is won. I still think Van Gaal isn't the right man, and I think in the Manchester derby you do produce these sort of performances. But I'm
just go at him. Go at him, Martial.
I wouldn't say I'm surprised by City because I've seen some of their results this year. But
no, we're not surprised.
But they're a poor side.
Here we go. Oh, can't lose the ball there. Got to get back. 4 players right now jogging back. And if you're going to take them out, you got to take them out, Lingard. Look at this. This is not good.
Dropped. Guerrero's where we want him to be.
Yeah, I don't want him anywhere near the penalty area. But now, look, they're going to try and create the 2-on-1 with the overlap from Sanya. This is what I'm talking about, the concentration levels. Come on, keep them up. There's a corner. Oh, boy.
And City, to be fair, have looked quite decent on corners, but we're 88 minutes. Just a reminder, I will be doing my live match reaction. More or less, we'll kill this, and I'll go over to the other stream. The link to that, I'll tweet it out, but it's also in the video description. If I check right now, it is. But there comes the corner. It's a decent header, but it's just put wide. Yeah, and there is a link there. First line of the video description for this will take you straight across there. Nobody's on it at the moment, which is a bit weird, but there we go.
But yeah, thanks for everyone who joined us watching this. It was fun. It's fun. Like I said, I normally just sit here and watch the game and listen to the commentary. I get Arlo White and usually Lee Dixon or Graham Lasso. But it's been fun. I would like to do this again, especially for the big games.
Yeah, well, let us know in the live comment box if you want us to do it again, because we certainly would do it again. We have to be a bit careful. Obviously, there's no there's no footage of the game, and obviously there are certain games.
It's a throw-in for us. Look at the City fans are leaving. Bye. See you later. Looks like they actually sold some tickets for once. They must have been giving them out.
I suppose the interesting thing is just what this does for Van Gaal, isn't it? Smalling should get that.
I don't think it does much, to be honest. Because I think that's the problem is people sit here and they judge it off of one game. And you got to look at the body of work. You know, you have to look at everything. And also, you know...
He wasn't getting the sack tomorrow anyway, unless we got beaten.
No.
Probably.
Even if we... No, yeah, it would have been 6-1.
Yeah. Because the FA Cup is still, for some reason, it shouldn't be, but it's still the big thing. Just want to see how many... that's City to a T, isn't it? Torre, the biggest mercenary in the world, is their captain. I mean, no wonder they've just got no fight.
He could be, and have we seen it from him? He could be top drawer, world class. We're talking best, center midfielders in the league, especially over the last couple of years. But the effort, I maybe that's why I don't know. If it was me or you, I think it's different because we're not professional footballers. But the effort is just. That's why, and I know this is way off topic, I just want to mention this. I mean, Ronaldo has that God-given talent, but goddamn, did he work hard? You know what I'm saying? He worked 6 minutes of extra time.
Somebody just said 6 minutes. Obviously, we're probably a little bit behind. But, 6 minutes.
Do you think there's 6 minutes of... I don't know. I was thinking more of 4, but... I guess Joe Hart did go down. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah. 6 minutes is long though. You'd never get that in the continent.
Look at this. We have a 1-up. Look at this.
Oh, he's in.
How do you let that happen though?
Valencia.
How does that happen?
Ball comes over to the right back position. Aguero controls it, skips past Valencia and just shoots wide. And to be honest, he'd put.
How do we let something like that happen though? Why? There should never be a chance. We're in stoppage time. Never. Their best player should be 1-on-1 with our makeshift fullback. Because that really should have been 1-1 right there.
It's interesting. I think we've not helped ourselves second half. Who would you go man of the match, Jay?
Rashford, just for the goal and just for the effort. But I think Carrick should be in a shout for the organization that he did, and Schneiderlin with the tackling and things like that. But for me, it's Rashford. I don't like... there's a slip by De Gea there, too.
I like he's given a corner. Smalling would have. See, if that's not a corner, Smalling lets that go because he's convinced it's a goal kick, and Smalling could have got rid of it.
De Gea could have easily came, and I know he slipped, but
it's nice to have a game where De Gea is not man of the match, though.
Yeah, that's it. Ain't that? Look at that! Come on, Schneiderlin, get out there.
Just got to hold on here. I mean, I know 1-1 was just a result.
Somebody's sitting in the penalty area. He doesn't call that foul, and the nudge in the back from Lingard. Man, he must have some money on City to win. Come and get it, De Gea.
He could have come and got it. That's good play by Lingard there.
That is good play.
Goal kick. 92
For
minutes
me,
gone.
I like Lingard being a squad player. I really do. I don't think he should be a starter, and maybe he grows and he gets a little bit better, but I think he's a guy you want, local lad, keep him in the squad going forward. I think he, and we're talking about Jose Mourinho, you could see him, using Lingard to do a job one game against, a big team where he knows that Lingard's going to track back, help the fullback, and then hit on the counter. And Jose Mourinho can make him better. So I really do. I want to see Lingard stay around the squad. But right wing is one of the areas that I think we need a quality starter. Good foul there by Lingard. 6 minutes has been the longest 6 minutes of my life.
It's nice to go into international break with a slight bit of positivity because I think we lose today and we are definitely out of the running for top 4. I think Man City are so bad, but their running is... I think Arsenal and Manchester City have got far better run-ins than us. It's going to be very difficult. The damage was done to Manchester United on that run-in we had towards Christmas when we played a lot of teams where we should have
great tackle there.
Should have took 15 points and we dropped so many points. We've got a difficult run-in now. We've got to win difficult games. I think Spurs away is very difficult. West Ham away is difficult. Everton at home, if we pick this team, If we pick this team, we can beat anybody. And finally, we get that was worth a penalty, that free kick given there by Michael Oliver. Ball comes into the box, and Smalling gets nudged by Bonnie.
I'll tell you what. You look at the thing over Christmas, and you look at other games. We really should have won the league this year, I think. You look at the games that we lost, games you should never be losing. We really should be up there challenging for the league. It's a crime that I know nothing's given, but